And another thing, he a bum. Okay? So stop harassing that man in the mornings and stuff. Get a job. Get a job. He know he's supposed to be working. He know exactly what he's supposed to be doing.
Good morning. And I stumbled across this video on Instagram. We're going to listen to this video and then we're going to react to it because she is saying that a woman should not be telling a man to get a job because he knows he should get a job and he's a bum. Let's get into this video.
What about the kids? He know exactly how many kids he got too, and he don't give a fuck. He don't give a fuck. This motherfucker big chillin'. Okay? He know rent due, light due, gas due. He know food is due. He knows this. And he still won't get a goddamn job because he don't give a fuck. Okay? And he also knows that he got a soldier on his motherfucking hands. A woman that's gonna make sure them things are done regardless.
Woo. I haven't disagreed with anything that she has said thus far. The sister just said that the man that refuses to work knows that he has a soldier on his hands, i.e., AOB. In the Bay Area, people say AOB, and that means all on the AOB, all on the that there is this mentality that if you are living off a woman, that makes you a man, that makes you a player, that makes you a P. If you're living off a woman, she should be thankful to be with you. I haven't disagreed with anything that this woman has said because you should not have to force somebody to go out and provide, i.e., get a job. You shouldn't have to tell a grown ass man, hey, I need you to help out here. You shouldn't have to. Let's continue.
So now he's sitting back like one of the motherfucking children and shit. Scratching his ass. Playing video games and shit while you hold shit down. He supposed to be helping you build. This nigga don't even got no toolbox.
She cooking. She said he's supposed to be helping you build. He doesn't even have a toolbox. Auntie is cooking. Lord.
He don't know nothing about building. He don't even own a toolbox. He don't want to help you build. He gonna be more like the furniture to whatever you build. He gonna be the furniture in there, sitting around. His destiny is to be a bum. Because if he didn't want to be a bum and he wanted Jordans and clothes and cologne, he'll go get a job. He don't want those things because he won't work. So why he so fly? Put his ass out so he can know what that sign feel like. That get that sign that says anything will help. Let him grab that and hold that out front.
What is my complete reaction to her video? This is a message to men and women. A functioning adult should not need to be reminded that there are bills to be paid. I used to be a probation officer. And as a probation officer, I had a caseload of clients. Some of them were in and out of jail. Some of them were people who made one mistake. They were high functioning. But for the people that were in and out of jail, specifically the men, there was no shortage of women who were blowing up my phone, my office phone, every time one of them got locked up. Multiple women. Okay. Now I was in my 20s. I was a young man, and I was confused. Some of these women were attractive. I was confused, and I learned later. Why. But at that time, I'm sitting back and I'm wondering, like, okay, this person has multiple children. This man is beating you. He's getting arrested for DV, and the charges are being dismissed because you're not, testifying. Yeah, I understand how that goes. That's another conversation for another day. The psychological abuse and all that stuff. Another conversation for another day. But I was astonished by the way that these women would love these men and they dirty draws. Some of you wouldn't even call it love. Me being the probation officer, getting these calls from these women who are ready to fight over these men who don't have a job, they don't have a place to stay. All they have is these women. A lot of these men were struggling with an addiction. And I want to make it very clear that I have empathy for all parties. I have empathy for the probationer, the men. I have empathy for the women, and I'm talking about men because that's just who was on my caseload. It was mostly men, and even for the women that were on my caseload who may have had issues, the men that they were dealing with who may have gotten sober. I had one client, he got sober. She stayed in her addiction. He took care of the kids. He moved on with his life, right? He was not waiting around for her. But he did want the best for her because he had children with her, all right? But for the most part, I was supervising men, and there was no shortage of women who were calling my phone trying to keep tabs on these men who did not have the ability or the desire to get sober and get on the right track. I want to go heavy and lean in on the desire because I do believe the ability was there, but people won't get sober and they're not going to get it together until they're ready to get it together. That's what I learned as a PO. You can do everything to try to steer them in the right direction, but it's the people that get it together. They do it because they want to do it. Not because the judge told them to do it, not because your PO told you to do it. It's because they wanted to do it. So just a quick intermission. I used to be a probation officer, and there was no shortage of women who would put themselves and their careers and everything on the line following behind these men who could not get it together. You should not have to remind your adult partner that money doesn't grow on trees, that groceries are expensive, and that if you're living in this household as an adult, eating food, turning on the lights, taking showers, using the bathroom, doing laundry and all that stuff, none of this stuff is free, and you should be contributing to the household in some way. I also want to point out that if you are a stay-at-home father or mother, you are absolutely contributing to that household. Let me point that out. If you are a stay-at-home parent, you are absolutely contributing to the household. This video is not about you. This video is about the person that is not contributing. She articulated it in a very brash, very raw, a very entertaining way. But at the core, this is really about lazy people who have found somebody that is more than willing to take care of that person. And so I would say people find each other. The person who finds somebody that is going to take care of them, that's a match made in heaven. Right? That's a match made in heaven. They found each other. This person wants to take care of this person, and this person wants to be taken care of. So do y'all thing. But once it becomes a problem, we don't want to hear about it. Don't complain to me about the person that you are laying next to and what they're not doing. I don't want to hear about it. You chose that person. You either put them out or tell them to step it up. We don't want to hear about it. That's what I That's what I really got from this video. Stop complaining about the person that you chose. Because if you really were fed up and you're handling everything on your own and you are carrying the financial load, if you tell them to leave, it doesn't change anything. If you tell them to get out, it doesn't change anything. Now, I understand the nuance. If somebody is, if they're, if the only thing that they're doing is picking up the child from school, and then they come home and they sit back on their ass, I can understand how it may be a struggle for you working. Now you're trying to figure out. You have to figure out, well, who's gonna pick up my baby? I can understand that. I can understand that. Completely understand that. There are solutions. You can figure it out. Get on Chat GPT. How can I get somebody to pick up my child from school if I'm a single parent? I appreciate videos like that because they're raw and they're honest and there's something. Let's see how many shares that video got. That video was shared as of right now 1,770 times. It was reposted 480 times. It was liked 6,106 times. And let me look at her profile to see how many views it has. It currently has 46,000 views. Got 46,000 views. She is her name is Suprina Lewis. IG tag Prina Baby 23. All right. Yeah. I think I'm gonna go ahead and follow her because that was quite entertaining, and she told no lies. All right. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Have you ever dated a quote unquote bum? I hate to use that word bum. I don't want to call people bums. I don't like that word, to be honest. Have you ever dated somebody who just sat around and was lazy? Do you know anybody? A family member, a sibling, a colleague that's complaining? I know a few people. I've had a few folks that I know that are laid up with people that are not doing anything. And then, wait a minute, hold up. I know people personally that will lay up with a lazy mother. And then the next month, they're pregnant by the person that they've been complaining about. You're still popping out babies by this person that you've been complaining about. I don't want to hear you complaining anymore. You were complaining about this person the first time y'all had a child together. Complaining about this person not doing anything, and then you went out and had another child. I don't want to hear it. Don't call me. Don't text me to vent and complain. I don't want to hear it. You know what you need to do. You know what you needed to do. But you went out and had another baby? Come on now. Vegetables and junk food. Make sure you like. Make sure you subscribe. I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.